Hey
Big
y'all, my
Bad
name is John
John.
Mitchell. I'm a certified financial coach. The purpose of this video and this channel is to teach you how to master the personal finance basics. In today's video, we're going to be discussing what's happened to my rental property over the last year. So the biggest question is, why are we doing this in the first place? Well, my wife and I decided that we wanted real estate to be a part of our retirement plan in the future. And since we're in the military now, we knew that every duty assignment we'd be at, we could have the opportunity to buy properties at each of these places. Another unique piece about buying property at military installations or around those installations is a lot of those places are relatively affordable compared to the rest of the nation. So we knew that our dollars would go a little bit further when buying in these areas and setting up our rental empire. Just a little over a year ago today, my wife and I PCS'd from Fort Bliss, Texas to Fort Belvoir, Virginia. While in El Paso, we bought our house to live in with the intent of renting it out once we left. We left in early February of last year, and we found a really good property manager, which we'll talk a little bit more about later. And we're able to get our house rented in 2 weeks, which was pretty awesome. And that was the first thing we learned and appreciated after leaving was having a really good property manager. I had a previous company commander who was using this property manager himself, and he referred her to me. And after reaching out, we talked about property management fees. I got smart on it before we had the conversation. I learned that 10% was kind of the standard property management fee in El Paso. So she met that standard, as did the other 3 or 4 property management companies we looked at. I figured, well, if I got a reference from her from a peer I looked up to and respected, then I figured we'll give it a shot. We'll see how that works out. And it's paid off a lot. She's handled pretty much everything. The only time we get bothered is for paying for expenses, which we'll talk about numbers after this. And it's really easy. She sends us an email and says, hey, this needs to be fixed. And we say, yep, that's good. Let's take care of our tenants. And it all works out. I can tell you from my experience, my dad has his own, and actually my father, they both have their rental properties, and they do a lot of self-management, and there is a lot of peace of mind on our end knowing that if something were to happen to our house, we don't have to be the ones to respond to it, which especially being in the military when my time is not always my own, and now that I have a baby, my wife's time is not always her own. It's really huge to have someone doing that for us. So we've been more than happy to pay for that service. If you have not already, like and subscribe to this video as it helps me see what content you all like and want to see in the future. Next, let's talk about the numbers. So the total income we received on this property, and that's before expenses, was $18,844.53. Our mortgage payment was $21,104.88. Our property management expenses were $3,094.46. And then our total repair costs were $639.70. Our total net was a negative $5,994.51. If you watched my video last year, you would have seen that I knew that I was going into a rental situation where I'd come out negative. At the time, of course, I just didn't know what it would end up being. And now here we are, 1 year later, we finally have the numbers. So does that change any of my opinions that I had a year ago today? The options I laid out for myself last year were roughly in this order. The first one was sell the property if I wasn't profitable. If you didn't know this, if you live in a house for 2 of the last 5 years, you can sell that property for no capital gains. And that will be a pretty good way to recoup some costs that I have into the property and pull that cash out without having to pay any tax. And that's pretty good. The next option was to keep renting with the hopes of either refinancing in the future or raising rents in the future so that I could make this property more profitable. As of today, the wife and I have decided that we'd still like to keep holding on to this house. Based off our original goal, we still have 1 year to make this house profitable. I don't see that actually happening because we decided not to raise our rents. Our property manager advised us that rents in El Paso were settling down a little bit more. So we value keeping a tenant in instead of losing potentially 1, 2, or 3 months of rent. And the tenant resigned, which is great. So we don't have to worry about losing that. We don't have to worry about a leasing fee this year either. So our margins will be a little bit better than last year, which is great. And in the grand scheme of things, we decided that through having our rental portfolio for our, part of our retirement plan and passing wealth on to our future generation, we decided that we want to continue to hold on to this house and take the time to make it into an asset in the future. Of course, if you haven't seen our journey of buying a house in Missouri, because that's where we'll PCS next in Fort Leonard Wood. We are being very deliberate about the house we're looking into and the amount of cash we'll have to put down on the house, so that when we leave that one will almost guarantee to rent positive, so that it will kind of offset the money we're losing from this house. I hope you learned something from today's video. Whether you agree or disagree with why we should or should not hold on to this house is up to you. But if you'd love to let me know, comment it down below and tell me why I'm right or wrong for holding on to this house. Abby and I see the kind of be your own bank strategy, as well as collecting monthly income in the future, and one day pulling equity out of this house to buy the next rental house in the El Paso area. That's our kind of our grand long-term strategic plan. And of course, on this channel, the beauty for you is you get to see how it plays out here. If you don't want to try it out yourself, you can see how it works for me and implement that for you. And that's what, part of this channel is, showing you what I'm doing now, so you can have some lessons learned for in the future. If you're looking for a financial coach to help you learn about how to buy a house in the future, sign up for a free appointment today with the link in the description or in the comment section down below. I love each and every one of you, and I'll see y'all in the next video.